I'm hearing that the universe is or soon will be sending you evidence of your unforgettableness, meaning that you've had an impression on others that you've interacted with in the past beyond what you may be able to consciously realize. And I feel that the universe is going to be sending either conversations, people, connections, opportunities to really reveal to you through physical evidence just how magnetized you are becoming energetically. Now, another message coming through is just because an opportunity presents itself to you doesn't mean that you need to take it. In fact, as you become more and more magnetic, you are going to be attracting in offers, opportunities, potential situations, connections, outcomes from all sides and angles. And I'm picking up this message of using discernment to really determine what is in alignment with your current desires, your current vision for yourself and your life, knowing that sometimes opportunities will come into your life not because you are supposed to necessarily take all of them, but sometimes just to remind you of how lovable and how magnetic and how unforgettable you are. So specifically, as I was channeling into that, of course, we have the door to romance in the upright position. We also have the woman holding a coin reversed. This tells me that you have, in recent years, Divine Feminine, gone through a really profound karmic clearing of your own energetic field. I feel that you have, I'm hearing this process has most likely intensified specifically in the last year. So much has been removed from your energetic body, extracted from your energy field that used to hold you back from fully connecting in with your own self-love and with your deep sense of worthiness. I'm getting that some of these things that have been extracted from your life may have actually been painful to let go of because they were so familiar, even if they were detrimental to your growth. So, for example, there may have been friendships, social situations, environments, jobs, people, things that were extracted from your life, but what your human self may not have consciously realized at the time is that those things that were being extracted from your life were actually clearing the slate, laying the groundwork to create a clear foundation upon which you could then build a truly magnificent life. And hearing, if anything was taken away from you or extracted from your life, know that that occurred because the universe has something so much better in store for you, something that is so much more in alignment with your core soul frequency that couldn't enter your life unless those things or patterns or people were extracted from you. And hearing, trust what leaves your life as equally as you have learned to trust what enters your life. With door to romance in the upright position, I know I mentioned this card earlier, but we got on a little bit of a tangent, although I feel a beautiful tangent regarding these energy shifts that have happened within you. With door to romance upright, I feel that you are being connected with a lot of opening doors and potential opportunities that have a romantic element to them. This is sitting on the sacral chakra. And so what I'm getting is that what is making you the most magnetic and romantically, physically attractive at this time is your ability to remain fully connected to the present moment and really open your receptive energy, learning to find joy in your daily life, to embrace yourself, to embrace and adore your own physical body, to really nourish yourself, to find ways to build in self-care through your daily habits and rituals. I'm getting that all of that has been building this really beautiful and highly magnetic energy around you, specifically when it comes to love. Now, the interesting thing about this is you may actually notice this magnetism and its opposite. What I mean by that is you will find that the more you keep your sacral chakra clear, strong, and open through those physical, nourishing body care, self-love practices, the more you allow yourself to enjoy pleasure in your life, to stay in your beautifully receptive state, the more you find that doors just seem to open or things just seem to flow in your love life. The opposite is most likely also true in your experience currently, where you find that when you begin to be really hard on yourself, to allow yourself to slip back into some self-judgment, when you begin to disconnect from the present moment by trying to force things into place futuristically or by overthinking things from your past, you may actually find that you feel cut off from this magnetism in love, where the opposite starts happening, where you might feel as though opportunities are closing off for you. Now, of course, there is nothing to fear in all of this. I am only sharing the effect that this energy has in both directions, because for whoever I'm speaking to here, you are most likely noticing this yourself. And it's all training you to remain balanced more frequently in those higher energy states of being, by noticing that when you are loving yourself, when you're caring for yourself, when you're remaining present with yourself, opportunities and doors start opening, things in your life just start flowing. Whereas when you try to step back into those limited or restrictive mind programs that are very 3D based, you will find that the opposite is true. Again, nothing is going wrong here. All of this is meant to be gradually training you into greater, more consistent, more stable alignment with very high vibrational frequencies that you are tasting and now beginning to fully embody. Now, we have the indecision card in the reverse position. I feel that all of this energy shifting, this energy magnetizing that's been happening within you has had a powerful effect on someone who is connected to you. I'm hearing possibly watching you, aware of you. This feels to be very much in a romantic sense, although for some of you, if you've been waiting on a decision platonically, business-wise, work-wise, career-wise, if you've been waiting on someone to make a decision about you, an important decision, it feels that this person's answer is yes, that they have shifted into a very decisive space about you in response to this shift in your own energy. For those of you who are connecting with this romantically, I feel as though someone has been biding their time, waiting to make some kind of move from this very decisive place. Now, for a while, this particular person may have seemed to be very much in the middle, very hot and cold or wishy-washy with their energy. This is because I feel that whoever I'm speaking to, this person may have actually tried to brush you off or brush off your connection as a fling, as a forgettable thing, a short-term thing. They recognized a kind of beauty about you, but they told themselves that this was very much a physical beauty and something that they would be able to move on from, because something about your connection seemed to not be logical to this person. Only you will know how or if that connects with you. But it feels like something about your circumstances, perhaps the circumstances surrounding your connection, felt impossible or illogical to this person, which is why it seems like they tried to brush off how they were feeling. Now, the problem is time has revealed, I'm hearing either time or distance or both, has revealed to this particular masculine that their heart has been decisive about you all along and that they're not going to be able to brush this off. I don't know why I'm getting that so strongly. Let me know in the comments if there's time or distance at play here between the two of you for whoever this message is for. I feel like you would be surprised to know how decisive this particular masculine is feeling about you at this time. Because I feel like you, Divine Feminine, have really shifted into self-focus. You might have... And hearing I don't care, I'm not sure why I'm picking that up, but that might be your thoughts, Divine Feminine. You might be feeling very carefree in a beautiful way at this time. You might not really be heavily thinking about this particular person. And hearing that you are no longer attracted to lack of effort, platonically or romantically, those who are still very much in a limited state of being, who haven't tapped into the kind of self-love that you are now tapped into, are triggered by lack of effort to actually want to chase and push harder. In fact, many of us as Divine Feminines have experienced these patterns in the past and have healed them. And I'm getting that you are one of those who has really deeply healed this pattern. And one major sign of your growth and evolution spiritually and emotionally is that when someone is incapable of showing up for you or doesn't respect you or doesn't treat you with the love that you deserve, it's actually a turnoff for you rather than triggering you to want to chase them. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but someone's guides are really applauding them because of that growth that has taken place within you. Now, with the Three of Wands upright, I feel like this particular masculine, wow, okay, they are heavily planning towards you. This seems to have to do with communication, but also their third eye being cracked open. And I wanted to say suddenly, it's almost like recently this particular masculine had a moment where their third eye was just cracked open and suddenly they realized that they'd been blind to this connection, that they had been acting in ways that had actually been pushing you away, and that they've actually worked against the very thing that their heart is so set on. So I see them planning specifically when it comes to traveling or moving. So they might be moving locations, they might be planning about how to move closer to you or to connect with you more in the physical world, especially for those of you who have some kind of distance at play here. It feels like this person is just thinking out much more into the future than they have been in the past, and it does feel like this has hit them almost like a ton of bricks very suddenly, possibly even over the last few days as of whenever you are listening to this reading, because of course these readings are technically timeless. With the Ten of Cups as well, this is a really, really powerful card for wanting a deeper commitment, wanting to come together into some kind of stable, long-term relationship. And I feel again that the masculine here is realizing that this is what they want and strategizing as to how to move forward with you or to make this offer towards you in this way. I'm feeling a lot of nervousness as well. I'm hearing I feel like I've disappointed you by waiting so long. So time may have passed here. And again, Divine Feminine, you may no longer be interested in this person, or perhaps you've spent a lot of time focusing more on yourself. And this masculine is aware of that. And they are a bit nervous because I am getting that they aren't really sure how you're going to respond to this offer. So it's almost like they're being really careful about how they are approaching you. And hearing something about a gift, adoring you with a gift. So a masculine here could give you something. It might not be something necessarily of a high monetary value or something that is material. They could give you a compliment. They could give you a letter, a note, a confession, an offer. I just feel like they're planning very hard about wanting to give you. I am hearing it's a token. So for many of you, this will be something that holds a lot of emotional and sentimental significance as opposed to material or monetary significance. This might be something of theirs that means a lot to them sentimentally or emotionally, and hearing them giving you a piece of me. I don't know why I'm picking up on that so strongly. This person wants to give you some token or gift that really is what they consider to be a part of them and a show of how they're really feeling about you, particularly because they're nervous about how you are going to respond to this offer. With the Sun card, this is a really powerful card for a divine masculine coming into clarity and awakening, wanting to move forward in a positive, optimistic way together. Can I get more information on this? Okay, so how is this masculine here wanting to move forward with the divine feminine? Several cards just came out of the deck. So first of all, you know what? Typically, I don't read like 8 cards when they all come out at the same time, but I'm really feeling guided to actually read all of these cards that just came out. So here we go. First of all, with the 7 of Cups. This masculine perceives you, divine feminine, as someone who has become very magnetic. They felt that shift within you that we actually referred to earlier. They perceive or sense that you have a lot of options and opportunities coming in. With the 8 of Swords reversed, it's almost like they feel like they've backed themselves into a corner, which is really pushing them into this 8 of Wands energy, into very fast, forward-moving action. They're aware that with the 2 of Swords, they've kept you at some kind of a stalemate, or they've kept this connection at a stalemate, and there's this fear that they're not going to be able to ignite it or get it moving again, that they've waited so long that it's now frozen in place, is what I'm getting from them. With Justice in the reverse position, I feel that in some cases, this masculine may have been dealing with or wrapping up something very karmic in nature, or perhaps they're just really tired of their own karmic patterns, connections, mechanisms, because once again, there you are, divine feminine, standing out as this bright light amidst darkness, standing out as one who is of a very cosmic, very divine nature amongst many feminines that this masculine may have known or experienced in the past, who were very much materialistic or living from a lower vibrational, more karmic state of consciousness. And they're seeing that something about you and your energy is very goddess-esque. That word goddess is coming out very strongly here. And they're seeing that you are someone unforgettable, that if they don't attempt to make some kind of clear move towards you or offer towards you, they're going to regret it for the rest of their life. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but to be honest, the masculine coming through here is feeling really dramatic emotionally towards the divine feminine. Now, I will say that there may be something specific that this masculine did that, and during mistake, he may have made some kind of a mistake towards you, divine feminine, something that he's been really worried about, or that has caused him to really take a hit to his confidence. Maybe he underestimated how intuitive you are and was keeping you in a place where you felt like you were in a stalemate, or you felt like you weren't being fully respected as this goddess being that you are. And he might be realizing that I'm thinking about that reading I did a few weeks ago about a masculine who tried to approach a divine feminine in the same way that they would approach a karmic feminine, and how it backfired on them. And that's the same energy I'm getting here, that this particular masculine tried to approach you, divine feminine, in a way that was inherently disrespectful of your energy, simply because they weren't moving fast enough on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with someone like you. And they were kind of putting it on the back burner, or hoping to kind of keep it on a shelf, but I feel you did something, Divine Feminine, to reveal to them that you are not one who is going to be placed to the side and put on hold for later, that you are someone who knows their worth and their value, someone who is willing to step away from what isn't serving them, isn't valuing them or respecting them. And I feel like when the masculine was revealed that truth about you, either through your words, your actions, or through your pulling away, through your silence, something happened that revealed that to them, and it hit them with this dawning realization that they had made some kind of mistake in how they had tried to approach you, and I'm getting a lot of regret off of them at this time. Yeah, with the thinking man upright, they've been really in their head about this. They know that they've been coming off as someone who is a bit untrustworthy because they may have said all of the right things at times with their words, but not really delivered or backed up their words with action. That might not be the case for all of you, but this person has a lot of storms in their mind right now with storm warning and the thinking man here. I also feel this amplification of focus on you. It's almost like for a while they may have seemed like they were really dividing their focus. You may have felt this as well, Divine Feminine. I'm getting that when the two of you communicated in the past, you could almost tell that they were distracted emotionally or mentally, either by other people in their life, possibly by work, finances, things going on in their world. And you could feel this split in their energy, even if you couldn't really pinpoint it through action, because you are someone who is extremely intuitive. Now, the masculine here, I'm getting that when you shifted your energy, when you really called your power back, they are now realizing that you could sense that split in their energy, that distractiveness of them, and that you are holding yourself to a higher standard, that you are not willing to tolerate that distracted behavior or approach to connecting with you. And now because of that, I feel it's been this pressure that has been really narrowing this masculine's focus, where now they are no longer able to focus on anything besides you. I feel also that your energy or presence may have been taken for granted when the masculine was splitting their energy or distracted in this way. You may have intuitively been aware that they weren't 100% present, but you may have allowed that situation to continue because you were curious to see where things would go between the two of you. But the masculine may have believed that you were so invested that no matter what they did, you would not pull back your energy again, that they'd be able to kind of keep you on a shelf or put you on hold until they felt ready to approach you. But when they realized that you were not willing to tolerate that behavior, they really are now in this scrambling mode to take fast action towards you, action that might come really out of the blue, very unexpectedly. Now, of course, I do have to say, Divine Feminine, as with all of these options, opportunities, connections coming into your life, just because you are resonating with this reading, just because the masculine you're connected to is having these realizations and makes an offer to you, of course, does not mean that you need to take this offer by any means. You are in a highly magnetic state of being. You know your worth. You are very connected with your inner guidance, and my highest advice to you is listen to what your inner self, your heart space is really communicating to you through your feelings. If something feels exciting, invigorating, enlivening, passionate for you, then go for it. But if it feels anything less than that, trust your inner guidance. Now, here we have rest and rejuvenation reversed and patience in the upright position. So I'm getting a very interesting message that you might be having dreams about this masculine or thinking about them late at night or early in the morning. This won't be for everyone, but if this is happening for you, This could be because the masculine here is spending a lot of time thinking about you. They are sending you a great deal of channeled, highly emotionally charged energy. So much so that I would say, even if they aren't consciously aware of the concept of manifestation, the amount of energy they're sending you is pulling you in such a way, or pulling on you, that we could say they are unconsciously manifesting you, or trying to manifest you back into their life, or into their life in a more full-blown way. Now, this at times might be confusing you as well, because maybe this is someone that you had let go of or moved on from, and you might be feeling as though you're now being pummeled by their energy and unsure how or if you should move forward. I'm hearing don't fight your intuition, that it's especially important at this time, particularly around this situation, to take that time to stabilize your inner peace and to really connect in with that inner voice within yourself, tuning out the rest of the world, including the energy this masculine may be sending you, because your intuition will always guide you correctly. The key, of course, is to get into enough of a peaceful state of being that you are able to clearly access and hear that intuitive voice within yourself. I keep seeing something about the morning. So for many of you divine feminines, you may have a very specific morning ritual that connects you in with your intuition, even if it's not something traditional like meditation, which of course it could be, but this could even be something like drinking your tea or coffee and reading, or doing some form of physical movement, getting out into nature. I feel like you do something in the morning that really helps to clear space in your mind, connect you in with your core of inner peace, and in doing so, allows your intuitive voice to flow more clearly and freely into your conscious mind. So those types of routines and rituals are especially important at this time when it comes to determining what steps feel aligned for you moving forward. Because again, I get that this person is eager or becoming eager to move very quickly, with you feeling a lot of pressure to move, to perhaps gift you something to show you how they're feeling. So it's essential that through all of that, you remain balanced in your own alignment, that you really stabilize that sense of peace within yourself, so that you can clearly hear your intuition and be led by your intuition through all of this. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. Rumi.